how's it going, y'all? This is Chaz from Classic Moto, bringing you an episode of 24 to 64, a series where I'm helping players transition from 24 players on console to 64 players on next gen. This episode, we're going to be talking about domination and how to approach it when you have 64 players, because it's a different mindset than when you had 24. You can be a little bit more aggressive when you have only 24 players. You can maybe run through a couple of more areas without having to deal with 10 to 12 people. So this is kind of just giving a quick assessment on how to approach the new, or how to have a different mindset on the new approach when switching over to next gen. Make sure you're slowing things down, like I say in every video. Slow things down and stick with your team, because if you're doing those two things, you're doing something right. And you're going to be getting more points. With the medic, you're going to be reviving your teammates, getting heal points. With the support, you're going to be dropping ammo. It's just, you're going to be getting more points with your team. So why not stay with them? Also, there's a couple of instances like here. What you want to do is when you drop in, before you do that, assess your situation. Make sure that it's clear to jump in. Make sure that everything is as good as it can be, because you want to spawn into an area where you can help the most, not just spawn in and instantly die, which is very frustrating. So assess your situation, and when you get in there, you know shit's gonna hit the fan. So develop a plan. I know that B flag is getting contested. I need to help my team. My plan is to stay behind that crate for as long as possible, pick as many people off, and hold my team up there. Unfortunately, I don't stick to my plan in this scenario because I push a little bit too far ahead, and it gets me killed, as you can just see in a couple of seconds. But make sure you're assessing the situation, developing a plan, and looking at your mini-map. Look at your mini-map. Look to see if your teammates have left you. If their teammates have backed up, there's a reason. There's a reason. They either were killed off. Oh, God, I don't know why that guy flew through the air. Either they were all killed off, and you need to back up and reassess it, or they're moving to a different objective because they know attacking from that front is not the right thing to do. So, look at your mini-map. Also, each person has a role. Medics should have a role to revive, but make sure you're assessing. Look, I couldn't really approach that, but he came out of nowhere. But medics, make sure you're just not running in, reviving, because this can be hectic. It's a fast-paced game. You want to make sure you assess before you revive. See here, I'm trying to assess, but I don't assess completely. I just kind of see him, revive him, run away, and when I turn around, he's down again. Because I didn't fully, now he's down for even more time than he should have been. So, and that's going to happen to you, and especially if you do the same thing over and over, where you run in like this, and you see your revive, you run in, and, oh, now you're dead. And that's going to happen over and over, here we go, and over again. You're going to die if you do not assess the situation before you go for a revive. People hate it when you get revived in the middle of a firefight. Take care of the problem first. Support, make sure you're running around with your group, dropping ammo at all times when you get to a stop point, or any time that you can throw one, because everyone always needs ammo. Support, recon, make sure you're throwing your motion sensor balls out. If you're playing this game type, don't have a sniper. I mean, you can if you like it, but for the most part, this game type is very, very fast-paced. You want something that you can run and gun with, and you want to stick with your team with, and go with the flow. And sniping, it's going to get yourself killed, because the spawns are so erratic that you're not going to be able to stay in one spot long. That's what they meant for this game to be very mobile. You have to be mobile. If you could be a mobile sniper, good. Just make sure you're staying with your team, throwing those motion sensors. Engineers, I would recommend, since a lot of it is CQB, running with your PDWs, because the carbines are great. I love the carbines. The PDWs, though, are going to have the upper hand when approaching these close quarter engagements. Right here, you're going to see me advancing farther than my team. And yeah, I have one guy with me, which is great, you know, but I haven't looked at my mini-map, and I just see the red dots all over the place, and I want to get all the kills and make the biggest score streak, but pushing ahead of your team is not what's going to get you the points. I get lucky here a couple of times, and we're able to flank around the enemy, but as you can see in a couple of seconds, I pushed too far ahead, turned the corner, this is where they're spawning. There's no way. There's two guys right there, and there was probably another one that I didn't even see. So make sure you're not pushing too far ahead of your team. Also, don't bite off more than you could chew. You're going to be seeing these instances so many times when you're playing with 64 players. Make sure you're staying with your team, staying back, because look how hectic this is. You don't have enough time to assess anything. So make sure you're staying with your team. You're going to have instances like that all the time where you're going to be able to run and there's going to be explosions everywhere with 32 people on the other team, and you're not going to know what to do. It's going to be a blast, but make sure you're staying alive long enough so you can see it. Don't be stuck in the middle where you're dying before all the action happens. But thanks again, guys. I'll see you next time, and as always, stay classy. Yeah.